What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at it again with another video. So I'm just getting home back to the crib. Shout out to the homie Dub and Trill Billy. We had a great time doing the Go Home Show live stream on Twitch and YouTube. Shout out to everyone that was a part of that. It was, fun kicking it with the homie Trill Billy, like good old days. And just getting home now, so obviously this video is going to be up later than normal, but I had to talk about obviously some of the things that happened on this Go Home show. Now, in my personal opinion, I was expecting a little bit more from this show, especially the Cody and John Cena interaction, which we are going to talk about. But for me, as a Go Home show for this year's WrestleMania, it didn't really live up to my expectations. Was it some good stuff on there? For sure. Like, I love what they're doing with Naomi and her potential, involvement in that match between the triple threat match with Rhea, Io, and Bianca. Bianca and Naomi, they had a conversation. We found out tonight that Naomi's been hitting up Bianca and Bianca's been ignoring her. And Bianca's like, you know why I've been ignoring her. And then Jade kind of got into the mix. And I like what they're doing there. It's really giving shades or indications that Naomi may be or play a significant role in what happens in that triple threat match involving Bianca. So I like what they did there. I also like how they started off the show with Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins kind of cut his own version of the pipe bomb. He sat down in the middle of the ring. No one else was there, Roman or CM Punk. He sat down and he talked about how important this triple threat match is, and he basically tore down CM Punk and Roman Reigns. He told them, that CM Punk only came back, for the, to take another a billionaire's money, and then he only came back to WWE to take some money from here. That's the only reason why he came back, not because the fans were chanting his name. And then he talked about how Roman Reigns is this part-time individual that picks and chooses when he wants to show up and when he wants to, come to work. And then Seth Rollins himself being this guy that is, pretty much busted his ass for so many years, and how he's the one that's been carrying the company on his back, and this is why he needs to win it. And, just the things that he went through last year to stop Roman Reigns by, giving up his title and giving up his body to stop Roman Reigns at last year's WrestleMania. I like how he really was passionate. He was very serious about why he needs to win this match, and he's going to give it everything he has to win this match because he cares about this business, this company, more than both of these guys in his eyes. He even brought up, how they are all kind of intertwined. CM Punk is the guy that ultimately brought in the Shield, and he mentioned Dean Ambrose, which was pretty cool. And how Roman Reigns was always slated to be the guy over everybody else. So I really love this promo. Y'all should go check it out. He was, I think in my opinion, once again, Seth Rollins has been the MVP. And he's been the MVP for this particular storyline for the simple fact that he has great points. He makes fantastic points. You can understand and see where he's coming from. And it's been great. When he's been serious, this is the best version of him. And he's been fantastic. I've loved what they've done with Seth Rollins here, this entire feud. And he may end up being MVP for WrestleMania again. So this was a great way to start off the show. And then I got to talk about, obviously, what everyone's talking about. And that is Cody versus CM Punk, or not CM Punk, John Cena in the main event, a promo segment. We didn't know what was going to happen, but it's like, all right, this is the last segment of the show. They're saving this. Hopefully we get some type of craziness leading up to it. And we did, but in an unexpected way. You had Cody come out there, huge pop as always. John Cena comes out there, and before Cody can say anything, John cuts him off this time. John cuts him off, And he basically starts telling Cody why he's going to lose at WrestleMania. And the reasonings of John Cena telling Cody what's going to happen to him actually makes sense, and we may have been seeing some foreshadowing. Because basically, this whole promo was to let Cody know you care too much about what these people say. These people don't even realize. They think when it's all said and done, when I leave at WrestleMania this year, and this is my very last WrestleMania, when I leave it with the WWE Championship, they think, oh, John's going to come back. No, I'm not going to be like these old has-beens or these old, these once-in-a-lifetime great wrestlers coming back for one more match to get the validation from the fans because they're alone and lonely. He said, I don't need the validation of the fans because when I leave here, I'm fine. My life is content. I'm happy. I don't need them. But those wrestlers that were great in their youthful years, they need the validation of the fans. They need that. I don't. And it's just like you. You see, the reason why you may lose at WrestleMania is going to be because of the fans. He's talked about how everyone congratulated him last year after he won, and he told them privately, man to man, like, look, cool, you won it. I'm not here to congratulate you. I'm just letting you know every day it's going to get heavier, and you got to be ready to deal with that. And he told him, look, at WrestleMania, it's going to become its heaviest it's ever been on your shoulders. And guess what? You're not going to be able to carry it, and I'm going to be here to take it away from you. He also explained that his reasoning, he knew that things were going to be different, after, the Elimination Chamber and the whole Rock situation. He talked about how initially when he was going to face you, once he knew he won, he was concerned because he's like, there's a good chance I'm probably not going to beat this guy. But then he sat there and he watched what was happening with The Rock and The Rock wanting his answer. And you listened to the people. You cared about what they said. And once you didn't take The Rock's offer, that's when I knew I was going to beat you. Right then and there, because you care about the fans. You care about their opinion. He also made mention tomorrow this weekend what's going to happen. You're going to have an opportunity. There's going to be a point where you either choose to do what the fans want you to do, or you're going to choose what to do to get the win. And he kept bringing that point across. It's going to come a point that the fans are going to want you to do something else, but at the same time, you need to be doing whatever it takes to win. And that's going to be your downfall. And I love this because what made this segment work so much is he ended up being right then and there. Because when Cody decided to respond about all of this, before he could really say anything, he got booed. This is the first time I think I can remember since Cody been back in WWE that he's gotten booed. This wasn't no 50-50 chance. They were booing him loudly. And you want to know how this played up so perfectly for John? Because John was cutting him off. He was like, listen, these are the people that you're fighting for? Listen, these are the people that you think gonna have your back? It was perfect. It was shocking. That was, in my opinion, that was the best part of the promo. It was the fact that they were booing him. And what made this kind of, just crazy to, watch this all happen in real time is Cody was able to bring them back because he started firing up. He started talking about you, talking about me being this individual that's a lackey to you or a chauffeur, when in actuality you're the one going out there, at these award shows butt ass naked, and you're being a chauffeur to these higher ups in Hollywood. Like, I loved him firing back up, and the crowd was really on his side because he was going at John on everything. Like, he's old, he's a has-been, you're not as good as you once were, you're overrated, and at the end of the day, you still can't wrestle. Crowd chanting, you still can't wrestle. Finally, John Cena says, you know what? At WrestleMania this weekend, I don't have to wrestle to beat you. And then he essentially hit him in his ear. I'm guessing that's I don't know if that's the ear that Travis Scott, went rogue on, but he hit him in his ear, and then he gets him in the AA, the attitude adjustment, but he gets out of it, and he ends up hitting Cody Rhodes ends up hitting John Cena once again with the crossroads, laid out John Cena, and he's standing tall ahead of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes losing. He's definitely losing now. It's 99.9% chance Cody Rhodes is definitely losing. He stood tall against John Cena, and I don't think he's listening. Because they kind of alluded there's going to be a point in this match where Cody has the opportunity to not listen to the fans and actually win the match, and he's not going to do it. And hopefully The Rock gets involved in this, because I do think him not being involved in all of this was a misstep in my personal opinion, because he didn't need to be involved for John Cena to turn heel. That's just my personal opinion. So hopefully this weekend, Sunday, he will be involved. I think it makes sense for him to be involved. But what I did like about this whole interaction is John Cena, out of all the promos he's had since being back, this was the most telling because it happened in real time. Cody got booed. The fans literally was booing him, and then within a couple seconds they were cheering him. And he proving everything right. It's so weird. Like, you would think the fans were in on it, on this whole promo segment, because it happened in real time. That was probably the best part of the segment, is seeing Cody get booed and him have to really reel them back in. And it makes sense for a storyline where Cody loses because he sits there and he listens too much to the fans. He gives into their ideals of what he should be instead of what he should do to win. And it's going to cost him. I mean, I don't even think I've ever seen, he hasn't been this confident since coming back to WWE in a main event situation. He's main evented 3 WrestleManias essentially in a row. It's about to be WrestleMania 40. Obviously he was confident in himself, but the deck was stacked against him. WrestleMania 41, not 41, at WrestleMania 39, the deck was stacked against him. WrestleMania 40, the deck was stacked against him, and it looked like he had an uphill battle. WrestleMania 41 this year, he looks more of the individual that has the best odds to win this, just of how they presented him. He doesn't look like the underdog here. And I think that's when you pull the trigger. So this was really interesting. Me personally, I still think I was hoping to get The Rock or something extra. We're going to have to wait till WrestleMania to see how this plays out. But I want to know, honestly, what was y'all initial reaction when you heard Cody getting booed for the first time since he's been back in WWE that way? What was y'all initial reactions? And do y'all think this is going to play a part at some point? I don't know when, but do y'all think it's going to play a part in potentially Cody realizing maybe John Cena was right? Maybe I should stop listening to the fans and start doing what's best for me. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about this. Let me know how y'all felt about the Go Home show. And yeah, man, this was a pretty crazy way to end off the show. I was hoping for a little bit more, but ultimately, I think You know, WrestleMania should be a good outing, a good show for both nights, and we will see. But I appreciate all the love and support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See you on the next one. Peace.